The Freedom to Vote Act was just filibustered in the Senate by Republicans. The vote to start debate on the bill had a 50-50 split. Every Democrat voted to move the bill forward, and every single Republican voted to block the debate on the bill. The bill was a compromise bill that Democrats worked on in hopes of attracting Republican support. Apparently, their efforts made zero difference because the original bill, the For the People Act, also did not attract any Republican support. There are two major takeaways from this. One, there are zero Republicans in the House or the Senate that care about protecting voting rights. Zero Republicans in the House previously voted to support the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act or the For the People Act. And two, the filibuster prevents debate about bills. It does not protect our democracy. Republicans in state houses across the country are introducing bills and passing voter suppression laws, while Republicans in Congress work to actively block any bills that would protect the right to vote. They are doing this despite the fact that these voting rights bills are popular amongst American people. The problem right now is that the Senate is extremely undemocratic. Every state in our country has 2 senators. Unfortunately for us here in Washington, D.C., and for our friends in Puerto Rico, we still have no representation. But I digress. Each state has 2 senators, and they are granted those senators by our Constitution. And despite our states having vastly different populations, the 2 senators from California have the same voting power as the 2 senators from Wyoming, despite California having a population that's 68 times greater than the population of Wyoming. To put this another way, right now the Senate is split 50-50, but Democrats in the Senate represent over 41 million people more than Republicans. This is why our government has been broken. Bills that have the support of the majority of the American people can't pass because a minority of the Senate, representing a significant minority of American citizens, has the ability to block bills from passing. And what's worse, the Republican Party isn't even willing to work with Democrats to move anything forward in a bipartisan way. And because of how broken our government is, they don't need to. They can just sit on their hands and make sure nothing passes while we watch our democracy crumble. So Democrats really need to take a hard look at the filibuster and find ways to reform it and ensure that some of these bills can be passed. The Freedom to Vote Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, the Protecting Our Democracy Act, and the Equality Act are just a few crucially important bills that we need to pass. And until the filibuster is reformed, they never will.